Yeah, now it does. There we go. But I have to hold it down, right?
broadcast team, Pam Hall.
Thanks a lot, Pam. I mean, we can't start racing without two major things. That's our opening invocation and our national anthem. Let's have now our invocation. Well, there you have it, man. The starting lineup is at the line. Matt, I didn't get a chance to talk to you real quick. We got cars already taking the green flag.
That's it right there. Look at that start line. You see amateur NA action right now on the track. Race number one of the 2023 season. I'm excited to be here, and here they come, making their way down the hill. We will get a reading. Looks like car number 15 out in front. We will get a lineup here in just a second. Right now, amateur NA action going on, Scott. It's a beautiful day. We started it out this morning with the national anthem, Old Glory, flying up on top of the hill out here in Jay, Oklahoma at Mid-America Outdoors.
Yeah, who'd have guessed we'd be dressed up like a couple of Eskimos in, what, supposed to be high of 40 degrees today, and had a chance to talk to some of the drivers after practice. The biggest problem is our hands are frozen after one lap.
That's right. Well, I'm looking at the starting grid on the screen right now. TJ Sewers, looks like Doug Summers, Colin Greenfield, Quinn Klink. We've got a whole group of amateur NA's 13 racers right now out there. You just saw that running order going across your screen. Right now, back out to your leaders doing battle. They're coming around the back side of the track there, and it looks like Sewers is in the lead, Jordan in second, and Hiding running in third position right now on the track. Medlin in the fourth spot. There's Speaks in fifth, Rowden in sixth, and Slinkard seventh, Watkins eighth, Henderson in ninth, Van Beekum in that 10th spot.
Yeah, Van Beekum has had a pretty busy offseason. One brand new car for sure.
Yep.
Had a chance to meet meet up with them a couple weeks ago in Michigan, at a Michigan race, and very, very excited. All they talked about all weekend long then was being here now.
Well, you know, all these racers have spent, since Halloween last year, they have been working super hard to get ready for the season. Big changes this year, a lot of cool things coming to Mid-America Outdoors. So everybody's super excited to be here this year, get this 2023 season started. We're excited. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening this year. We're going to go to some different tracks. We're going to travel around a little bit. We got some big things happening at the end of the year this year. Some of those announcements will be coming out as we go on in this 30 days of exciting announcements right now. So if you're also watching this at home, you want to make sure you follow Mid-America Outdoors on all their social media platforms, so that way you can keep up with all the exciting stuff we have going on this year. Right now, nothing changing on the track. Medlin still holding on out front. Well, it looks like changing up a little bit. We're going to get some transponder readings as they come around. We got a lot of rain the last couple of days, and the track looks absolutely primo right now.
Yeah, we're right below the spotters area, so if you hear screaming in the background, it's excitement from the spotters with their drivers out on the track.
Yeah, every once in a while it throws me off a little bit. I'm trying to watch and see what's going on. We got a caution on the track.
Yeah, caution. And it looks like
Big thing we talked about this morning in the meeting, in the driver's meeting, was cautions, trying to make sure everybody understands the local caution, the speed limits, and the safety aspect of what we want everybody to do out here on the track when they're racing. Safety is our top priority, but we want some really good racing. Look at this two-way battle up front right now between Quinn Klinke and Josie Watkins. That is for second and third, the number 19 and the 237. There's a battle going on out there. Yeah, so if you're watching this at home right now, this new section in the back, when you come around that lake, it used to be a step up the hill. You'd go down in this little valley and make a left, come back in. As you can see, the whole back section of the track this year for the 2023 season has been reworked, and it is super exciting. Get a lot of speed coming out of that back section back there, especially going up that hill and down.
That's the word every driver is using, that added speed. And like you mentioned the weather, we've had a lot of rain yesterday, to say nothing of the couple of days prior, and the fact that we're seeing dust right now is, I'm shocked. I'm so amazed. We even canceled practice yesterday because it was so muddy.
We did. It looks like Henderson's slow on the track out there right now. What a great shot right there. The drone guys are throwing it down for us right now. We're getting a great view for all you spectators at home watching. There you see him coming around the back section. What a view all the way down. You see the spectator area. Charging up the hill in that new section in the back we were just talking about.
We talk about the track, and it's like really holding up. It's only been about 4 laps, but the fact that it's still holding up, there's a couple of wet sections, but not very much so. And again, I'm going to repeat the fact that it just looks like, I'm amazed that we have the dust that we have already.
Well, you know how it is, Scott. In the last few years, we've seen it out here. When we have these bluebird sunny days like this, we can throw a ton of water on this track and it soaks it up. No matter how much rain we had the last couple of days, I would bet you money we throw water today.
Was it? Oh, yeah, absolutely. In fact, I think we saw it before the racing even started. We had a water truck up. But isn't it what we're right behind us is a riverbed? A dry riverbed at one time?
This used to be a lake bed.
A lake bed.
Yeah, a lake bed. So, as you can see in certain spots on the track in the live feed, there used to be a spillway was a part of the track out here. We took the spillway out. Now we're running just inside of it. So this used to be a lake bed. Super cool. Knocked out the dam. Turned it into a 2.2-mile race course down here. Short course racetrack. And it is an awesome one at that. Tons of elevation out here in Jay, Oklahoma. So when you're looking at this at home, it looks like a super cool track, right? You're looking at it and you're like, man, this is awesome. But I'm telling you, you have to come here and check this place out. These hills, these roller coaster hills is part of this racetrack, and everything out here, the elevation just makes this place amazing.
There's so many aspects of the reasons why you have to come and check this place out.
Oh, yeah.
The facility itself,
that's right.
The racetrack itself, the schedule of things that are coming up and haven't been announced yet. There's another issue. The restaurant, Legends, I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There's so many different reasons why you have to come out here.
There is, and right now Van Beekum, it looks like he is leading the way. Turning a 142.2 right now, the fastest lap on the track. That's Van Beekum leading the way. Watkins in third right there. Look at Ryder. Ryder Van Beekum. Last year he was a highlight. The Van Beekum's out here all the time flying to Old Glory. Yeah, if you guys are at home watching, please share the link, mao.livemotorsports.com. You can watch all the action out here. That's live timing and scoring. I apologize, but you can see all the timing and scoring going on here. What's a really cool feature that we have out here? Yeah, you can tune in and see the timing, scoring. You can see lap times. You can see position changes, all of that through that live scoring and timing. And then you have the American Off-Road Well, it looks like we're coming to the end here. Sorry I cut that thought off there, but I see the cars exiting the track. That's going to be your checkered flag and amateur NA. And it looks like, as we're seeing this thing come through on the ticker there on your left, Van Beekum, Medlin, and Rowden 1, 2, and 3. We'll see what the officials is. One thing I'd like to point out, Scott, we do this every time. I think everybody at home needs to get an update right now. Me and you, we just call what we see. We're not officials. So if you're at home and something's wrong or we say a name wrong or something, hey, you know what? You can send all my hate mail to Scott Rain.
Oh, whoa. I like where this was going at first, but, man, talk about getting the rug pulled off.
Just kidding, guys. We're doing our best up here, so if we say something that's not right, don't beat us up. We promise the officials have it right. They got those transponders. They're keeping track of it. But great first race. Amateur NA starting it out. That was awesome. That was a good race. We got Expert NA coming up next. This is going to be a fun one.
If you're unfamiliar with short course, there's a couple of things you could probably get covered as we get ready for the results to be up on screen.
Yep.
First off, there's transponders on the race cars,
Yep.
and I want to say there's 4 loops on the racetrack.
Yep.
And every time they go over that loop, we get an update on the times on that specific part of the track, so we can actually keep track of all the drivers, who's quickest in all of these
in the sections.
Yeah.
Yep.
The competition yellow aspect of it.
Yes.
Sometimes, not very often, a track this size, there'll be full course yellows. It's not like NASCAR where it is a full course yellow. Most of the times is is that the results right there?
It is. It is. So on the left side of the screen right there, you'll see Van Beeken with the top spot, Watkins in second, Klinke in third. There's Medlin in fourth, Rowden in fifth, Slinkard in that 6th position, Summers in 7th, Jordan in 8th. And there is Hiding in 9th, Sewers in 10th.
And there's our lineup for our next race already. We're on it, man.
Yeah, that's Amateur NA right there. You see it on the screen. Next, we're going to come up. We're going to show you guys the starting grid for Expert NA. There you see them locked and loaded.
That is one of the coolest scenes of a starting line in short course anywhere in the country, right there.
Yeah, for sure.
I got to give you credit, man. That I cannot see that the lineup on that screen. So we're about ready to take the green flag. Matt, who's out there?
All right. This is exciting right here. We've got Expert NA. Here they come. First wave shooting off the line right now. So it looks like Safrit, Moore, Schroeder, Helms, Philbin, Rankmeyer, Isabella, Cummings, Green, Cuevas, Harris, Broker, Shamblin, Safrit, and Seek. All right now, Expert NA making their first few corners. We got a rollover right now on the track. There, we got a rollover. We see our track crew getting out there right now to get that car flipped over. Make sure that that driver is all good. I'm sure they are. Look like they just got up on 2 wheels, did a little bicycle action, rolled over a little bit, you know.
Well, Matt, let's for some of the maybe first-time fans or some people that haven't watched this before, what is Expert NA?
So Expert is the one step below Pro in a naturally aspirated car, non-turbo car. So that is what is out there right now. So basically this is the next step up for these experts, turn Pro.
So basically it's really, this is basically a carbureted class.
This is, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Super fast class right here with these cars. As you can see
and a
right now.
second wave going on.
These NA classes are always a lot of fun to watch because they stack up really tight. Look, you see your top 4 coming through right there. And they are close. So Safrit, Moore, Schroeder, and Helms, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Look at that. Your top 6 right there, all bunched up tight together. This is the type of racing we like to see out here, especially in these NA classes. You're going to see everybody keep it pretty close. It's going to be a battle of who the driver is. One big thing out here to talk about with short course is, when we talked about one of our new sponsors out here at the park with Double E, suspension is key out here. That's where you're going to gain a lot of your power on the track. So these guys are putting down big power, big jumps out here. We got new sections of the track with lots of big straightaways. But I'm telling you right now, they got these cars dialed. They've worked hard in the offseason, and we're seeing it right now in Expert NA.
Well,
Rankmeyer in the lead now.
We had a second wave take off, and they're the back section right now, headed toward us at the moment. But it's still, I mean, it's so nice to see these some brand new cars, these fancy wraps. I'm telling you right now, from the very first race of last year to the very first race of this year, everybody, and I mean everybody, I don't care what class it is, the 170s have all stepped up. Their fire suits, the looks of their cars, the graphics, everything is so sharp this year.
Yeah, one of the coolest things about coming up here to race at Mid-America Outdoors and racing in this short course series is, you know, the park is very committed to helping put these drivers and their sponsors on a pedestal and help elevate their racing. And, you know, this year the drivers that are here have done a great job of coming and being prepared, showing up, showing out. Cars looking nice. Everybody's having a good time. It's going to be a great season, and I'm enjoying watching this right now. Expert NA, Rankmeyer still leading the way. Cummings in second. There's Philbin running in third. One other thing I want to point out, if you're at home watching right now, in all of their race ones, their heat ones, this is for us to stack them into the main based on how they
Starting
finish in
orders
this.
for the
right.
main event, yeah.
So if you're watching at home right now,
So how's this being scored then? Is it just per position only, or are they accumulating points also? Or
so you're accumulating points if you're here racing today, right?
No. I mean for what we're seeing right now. They're going to be on the track twice today.
Twice today.
Each class will be on the track twice.
Yep.
Is the first segment going to be scored with points, or is it just for lineup?
First segment is to put you in the box as to where you line up for the main.
Okay.
When you finish out at the end of the day, you'll be assigned points based on where you finish.
Okay.
So. Points
are only in the main event.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So, but if you show up and you race, we talked about this today. If you show up and you race one, you're going to get points because you started the race day.
Mm-hmm.
So race one really gets you in there. Race two is really the main event. That's where we're going to stack you in based on where your times were. Because as you'll see, we're seeing wave one and wave two that just took off. That's two different waves. We come back in the mains, we're starting everybody together.
Yeah, there's no
waves.
Time.
Yeah, we're putting it all together. Another
flag,
cool
checkered
thing
flag.
you'll see at home if you're watching the live feed today too is in any of the classes where we're going to have a bigger number in the mains, I believe it was 10 or more, we'll be doing rolling starts today.
Really?
Which is super cool. If you haven't seen that out here, it's a really cool way we do it.
That's
do
just the pros.
A shorter section. That'll be for any class. So
all classes.
What I did hear earlier when we were talking about this was Expert Turbo, largest class of the day, 29 entries. I'm not Expert Turbo. Yeah, actually, Expert Turbo, 29 entries.
So Pro Turbo?
Pro Turbo had 19 or 20, and
Okay.
Expert Turbo was sitting pretty big.
Well, here's the other thing, too. You can always step up a class with that car. You just can't go down a class.
Exactly.
So some of the guys that are running in, Expert Turbo are maybe stepping up.
They're ready.
You're only as fast as the guys you're racing against.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, a lot of the guys that race in Expert Turbo, a lot of those guys are my buddies. I know there's a lot of them that are really getting ready. I think this will be the last year, and then they'll move up into that pro class, and then we'll have a stacked pro class, even more stacked than we have now. It's pretty amazing. The guys that are here, the new faces that are here, they're going to be running that class today. But right now, we're watching Expert NA, 1 lap remaining. And it looks like Rankmeyer still leading the way. Safrit in the second position. And there's Helms running in third.
See that? You got great eyes.
Man, yeah, I got eyes like a dog. I can see 7,000% better, I'm just kidding. So last lap right now on the track. Rankmeyer charging. There you see on screen, there is some battle still going on out there on the track. Racing doesn't ever stop here until you go through that checkered flag. Anything can happen. Last year we saw tons of action in the final corner right before the checkered. There's 2 different lines you can take when you come over to that big jump. You're seeing it right there on the screen. You'll see that inside car went way outside, dived to the inside, trying to get the line, and may have gotten it right there. Actually, they are side by side as they come around past the starting line. Go back up to the top. If you're wondering at home what that really cool looking area that there is in the middle of that is the Barbie Jeep downhill section out here. It's a highlight.
And I've never seen it without the water in it. And now that there's no water in it, that is deep.
Have you never been in the Barbie Jeep pool?
I'm afraid. You know what? I just feel like I set myself up for
you
something.
You might get pushed down the hill now. I'm just saying. It's coming. Scott, be ready.
Deep. That's got to be about 10, 12 feet deep.
Yeah, me and Joey took a ride down it last year and went in. Gus, he came with us. My glasses were in the bottom of it. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Joey slid about 3/4 of the way unconscious. So final lap out on the track for Expert NA. After Expert NA, we will have Youth 1K action coming up next. But right now, Safrit making the change, it looks like, leading the way in that top spot. So Safrit able to overtake Rankmeyer Helms still running in third, Philbin in the fourth spot, and there is Moore running in fifth.
You know, what's kind of neat too is some of the drivers you just mentioned have been so active on the social medias during the winter months.
Yep.
And to see them, build their cars, work on their cars, get new parts, they're all excited. They all post all this kind of stuff, and now they got it together on the track and are producing. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, today's the day. This is what everybody's been waiting for. I had the opportunity to, hang out with a lot of the racers in the pits, and last night at the USAC meet and greet discussion. There you see that checkered flag coming out. Safford looks like, well, we'll see it up there, but it looks like Safford, Rankmeyer, Cuevas, Seek, your top 5 on there based on times right there. So that's 2 different waves out on the track, just so everybody at home that's watching can understand what we're seeing. We're going to take those 2 waves. When we come back in the main, it will be fastest time there. So there's Landon Safford, top spot, Luke Safford in that second position, Blake Rankmeyer in that third spot. Aaron Cuevas, my man Aaron Cuevas, back from injury, first full season back. Super stoked to see him out here. Bree Seek in that 5th spot.
Nice to see her.
Bree Seek on the gas.
Yeah.
Darren Green in 6th, Blake Helms. There's Sean Philbin. Braxton Moore, my man out of Texas. Caden Isabella in that 10th spot. So that is your top 10 right there.
Now we're getting ready for the main with this class right here.
Yep.
Now, do they go to the first place, or do they have choice?
So
they go?
When they come down the hill, they're going to get whoever's that top spot is going to get the choice of what gate pick they want to go for the start. Second place person, second, and then that's how it'll roll down the hill down there. So, like I said, when we come back and we start this thing in the end, if they have enough people in whatever class they're in, it'll be a rolling start, super cool. Todd, our starting line official, will guide them around the track.
What's the minimum for the rolling start?
I believe it's 10 drivers. If they have 10 drivers, then they're going to go to a rolling start. Yep, and it'll be in mains only. Obviously, we have to run heats or waves in these first heats, so that way we can stack them up. Here we go.
Again, it looks like it's going to be 2 waves.
That's right.
Front row is off. They'll wait.
There is your first wave of Youth 1K. Little bumping and grinding coming down the start line right there.
What is the Youth 1000?
So these are 1,000 cc cars with a cap on the age of the driver that is in this car. All that information, if you're ever wondering, if you're at home and you're wondering how you get into these classes, how you figure it out, all of our rule books are posted online. You can go through there. You can find all the information that you need to know so that when you come out here, you meet all the requirements to go racing, like these kids you see right now in the Youth 1K class. Looks like Hubler, Van Beekem, Sewers, Jones, Caraway, Lukemeyer, Jacobson, Arnold, Shamblin, Tremblay, and Everhart. So we have 11 of them out there. Look at that American flag flying. That is Van Beekem, I believe, that is in the top spot right now. Always flying Old Glory on the cars. It looks like second wave is just now leaving the line. I can hear him over my shoulder. Youth 1K. 4 laps. There's that drone footage we like. 1 and 2. Hubler and Van Beekem out there doing battle. It looks like even though the transponder is not showing it, Van Beekem flying that American flag car. Always got his wraps on point.
Every car's got that graphic on it.
Every one of them.
Every single one of them, yeah.
The whole family is the most patriotic family I've ever seen out here. They are always having a good time, big smiles, nothing but happiness when they're out here. But then we got a battle up front. We like to watch this right here when they're super close like that, coming around that spectator area. There's the finish line, last corner before the finish line. You see the MRT finish line there. A lot of things can happen if you're at home watching and you see some of these tight battles through the day. Watch that corner, I'm telling you. If you set it up right, you can make some big moves right there and you can get some drive, depending on how the track holds together as we keep going throughout the day, how much water we have to put down, etc. A lot of things will happen right there for that MRT finish line.
This is kind of reminds me of Formula One qualifying.
Yep.
All the cars are out there on the track, and they're racing with each other, but they don't want to be racing with each other. They want clean track in front of them. So it's almost like a lot of these cars should almost like kind of fade the first lap a little bit, get a gap between them and the car in front of them so they have clean track for the rest of the event.
That's true. It's a hard thing to do, though, Scott.
Yeah.
No one really wants to, especially when you're in this Youth 1K class and some of the 170s you'll see coming up later. these kids know one speed and it's wide
Oh, yeah.
open.
Oh.
And that's what we like to call. So they're right now out there putting it down. They all want that best starting gate position. Like you said, clean air, get out front, lead the way. Van Beekem leading the charge. There's Sewers and my man R.J. Tremblay looking.
Yeah, Van Beekem starting off the season right now, at least at this point, way better than last year. Remember, half the season, the whole team was having issues. Almost every single Van Beekem car on the track had some sort of problem. Was always fast, but just couldn't get it to last the entire race.
Yeah, another notable name you see right there in that 4th spot, Caraway coming back this year. The Caraway family, they're out here racing, having a good time. There's Jones running that 5th spot. Ty Lukemire in that 6th position. That's that Crown Off-Road Racing driver right there. There's Shamblin, Everhart, Arnold, Hubler, and Jacobson all still out on the track. But right now, big things out front. Ryder Van Beekem showing us how to get it done. 2 laps remaining in the Youth 1K. Caraway making moves. Caraway's moved up into that 2nd position on the track. So he is on a mission to come out here and make a statement. First race of the year in 23.
No, actually, I'm not sure it's via the spotters telling these guys kind of like, okay, get a little gap between each other so you can get a clean, a couple clean laps. But with that being said, there's a lot of separation all around this racetrack right now. This is not an indication of the race we're going to see this afternoon in the main event. By no means. There's going to be action all over the place.
That's right. Had a couple of great shots there. If you're at home watching this, you saw R.J. Tremblay in the all-green machine flying across your track out there. Van Beekem, Tremblay, and Caraway, your top 3 fastest drivers on the track. Van Beekem putting in some heaters. I believe I just saw on the screen up there a 142, which is a fast lap time right now. So 142, 146, and a 153, your top 3 on the track. So Van Beekem right now, fastest man out there.
Now, if I remember
Whoa. I think we might have spoke too soon. That looks like that American flag car right there. Is that Van Beekem?
I see.
Yeah, it's going to be right over here by the Ultimax Spillway.
Yeah. Went off the track to the right, off the right side of the track at the very bottom of the tabletop on his side.
So we will get a caution on that side of the track. The crew is over there working right now to assess that driver, make sure he's okay.
No, again, this is going to be not a full course yellow. It's going to be just a zone.
Yep.
From the very first
It's a
yellow
local
flag.
caution. That's
yeah,
right.
From the very first yellow flag till just past the incident site. Was it 15 mile an hour?
15 mile an hour.
Speed limit, no passing.
You
And then once
cannot
you clear
advance
it,
your position
get
in a
back on
caution.
it. Yeah.
That is one thing they are watching big. If you advance your position or do anything under caution, they will penalize you for that out here during this race series. So we're trying to get everybody to be safe. That's why we do that.
What's also going to happen now is if that car is okay for the main event, he can still race the main.
Totally.
He's going to start in the back.
Yep, that's the
Far
best
back
part
as
about today.
possibly.
If you're running around the pits today, if you're someone in the pits right now watching this live feed, or you're here, you're watching at home, you'll be here later. One of the things you're going to see in between these races, from heats to mains, is a lot of people are going to be fixing things. They're going to be working hard in the pits to get the cars ready. As you see Van Beekem there on the track, I can almost guarantee you they'll get that car flipped over. They'll do a little bit of work in the pits, and he'll be back in the main.
Well, don't they told? Is it Mesa, Arizona?
I believe so.
They're not going to come here with just a car or crash and not be able to fix something.
No, you always are rolling in with backup parts. One of the cool things too is here at the park, at Mid-America Outdoors, the Pro Shop stock. So a lot of stuff you need here, they have. If not, there's going to be someone here. There's some vendor. There's somebody here that's going to have what you need to get you back out there and racing and help make sure you stay in the points at this series.
And the thing is, what I love about short course, what I love about the people around here at MAO and the racers in particular, is the fact they help each other.
Yeah, 100%.
It's no fun if I'm racing by myself. And
right.
I may not like you on the track, maybe marginal off the track, but the thing is, I want you on the track to race against.
Yeah.
So I'm going to help you get ready to go.
You're exactly right. We were up here last weekend doing another event, and one of the things we saw was literally, other drivers taking wheels and tires off their car to put them on other cars just so people could finish their event run last weekend. And it was pretty neat to see. That's one of the things that I think is super common in the off-road world. with all this racing like that. You know, everybody's pretty much team players for everybody. We're all out here to have a good time. The sun's shining. It's a beautiful day. There's lots of good racing going on, and we want everybody to be a part of it. So we help each other out. Track crew over there still working. Looks like they got Van Beekam's car flipped over, and they're going to make sure he's all good. They'll see if they can get that car off the track by its own power. If they can't,
I'm just trying to tell if he's out. It looks like he might be out of the car. I
believe I can see a fire suit over there. So
is that the red shoulders or something?
Right now, looking back across the track, looking from the pond end down there. There he is. Yeah, you see him out of the car right there. So good thing. We're glad to see every time a driver gets out, everything's all good to go. Looks like he's going to have some issues there on the front left. I'm not sure that one's going to roll very well.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to get that recovery team out there. We'll get this car clear to the track.
Great job by the camera crew. This will settle mom or the mom's heart or the wife's heart or the girlfriend.
Yep.
This is what they want to see right now is their driver out of the car walking around.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, when these things happen, a lot of times family's first instinct is to charge down on the track and make sure their kid or their loved one's okay. We have literally the best medical staff, track staff, recovery teams possible out here at Mid-America Outdoors. So whenever this happens, you know, you can rest assured that they're taking care of your loved one and they're going to get them back to a safe spot. Mm-hmm. You don't have to run down there. We got you. You know, we got you covered. So, look, they brought us back on camera. What do you think about that?
Do that? No,
wide
angle lens.
Well, I'm excited. Great racing in Youth 1K. Next, we're going to have Youth 800cc. That's coming up next. I'm excited to see that one because I do believe we got some new faces in that race. One, I'm pretty sure is Code St. Peter.
Come on.
Yes.
Don't kid me like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I think he's racing in this one. I'm not 100% sure. But Code, one of my buddies, straight out of Texas. I don't know if you follow Code very much. Anybody at home knows Code?
Talk about his season last year.
No, that's what I was going to say. I'm pretty sure he lost one race in the last 2 years.
And that's because he broke.
Absolutely is an incredible driver. The St. Peter racing team, Tom St. Peter, his dad, his mom, Rhett, the whole team, they keep this kid just set up. His cars are fast. Car One builds all of his race cars, so he's got some very nice stuff. I was over there yesterday looking at his car. He's always had that bright orange car, you know. This year they changed it up a little bit. The car's still orange, but it's got some gold flake in it. They've done some things. You know, I mean, he's trying to be like me. He wants to shine a little bit.
Speaking of you, hey,
isn't
there a new entry soon coming in?
Yeah, maybe.
Was it the 170s?
Yeah, maybe next year, you know.
Oh, really? That far away yet?
You know, my goal is to have a little bit of competition for Code St. Peter, so I got the invite from Tom to come down to the house the other day and get my little man rider all set up. Really what I'm doing is I'm figuring out his program, and I'm sending my kid, you know, he's on a mission to take out Code.
You got a hidden camera on your side your jacket kind of.
But no, I'm excited for this. You know, I've had a chance to talk to Tom and them yesterday. I got a chance to look at these cars. You know, we saw some video recently of Code testing in this car. Incredibly, incredibly fast. I have zero doubts that he's going to come out and be an incredible performer in any class.
Any preseason testing?
Yeah, he did a little bit already. He looked really good in the car. There were some videos that came out. I don't know if you guys at home, if you're following Mid-America Outdoors, one of the coolest things is Code has an interview that's on social media. There was some video of him testing that was in that interview. And today's the day. Today's where we see it. I will say it was pretty funny because now he's moving up to a bigger car. When he was in it yesterday, I could see his face about this much, so he can just barely see over the top of that thing. But he's super excited, ready to go. Well, sounds like we are going to go to a quick commercial break before we jump into that Youth 800cc class. So you guys join us. We'll be right back.
Ready for any challenge. Maxxis tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Maxxis tires. Tread victoriously.
Get it, boys. suspension tuning, there's only one name we trust, Double E Racing.
Double E Racing. We help build champions.
And we're back once again. I'm Scott Ray along with Matt Edmondson. And Matt, you've been like a walking encyclopedia of knowledge of all these classes so far. Who do we have next and who are they?
Well, we're about to go down the starting line right now with Youth 800cc. And I'm super excited for this one. We've been talking a little bit about it. There it is. Hartzell, Fernell, Hubler, Ewing, Beeman, Green, Singleton, Coach St. Peter, Briley, Lutz. This is the action right now. I'm excited for this one. There's Kennedy Singleton, Team 360 driver. There's Coach St. Peter, and there's Briley Lutz. This is going to be a battle. 2 rows right now, lined up at the starting line. Here we go.
Look like a couple of them are just inching forward just a little bit.
Impatiently waiting for that flag to drop.
I wish
imagine being a kid
I
sitting
wish
on
the
the
fans
starting line?
at home could see this as you're anticipating to start yourself. We're up here dancing behind the car. Man, you
I
are
am.
so excited for this.
You know, I love this stuff. I love being a part of Mid-America Outdoors and being a part of this production team and getting to call these races. It's cool to be a part of, you know, just a friend to these kids, you know, and getting to see them grow up and do what they're doing out here. It's absolutely incredible. There you see the start, charging right there. That's going to be your first wave. We'll get them coming down the hill right there. They're going to come down that hill, make the hard left. It looks like Hartzell, Fernell, Hubler, Ewing, Beeman, Green, Singleton, St. Peter, and Lutz.
Don't fret. There's no problem. I'll put money on the fact that he's just gapping the cars.
Well, here comes the second group. And there we see him charging right there. This is going to be Code. I believe Code's in the second group coming out right now. Hartzell leading the way. Fernell, looks like we got a car pulling over to the side there on the track. May had some mechanical issues right there.
Yeah, at the far end, just off to the right side. Just keep it out of the creek bed.
So there you see that second wave making their way around the track. There's that orange car, Coach St. Peter there in that third position in that second wave right there. So Hartzell, Fernell, Hubler, Ewing, Beeman, Green, Singleton, St. Peter, and Lutz. Excited to see Beeman back out here racing again. Had a good time with him last year. And this is your 800cc and under class.
Now, what's the significance of this class? From the 170s, where do they go?
So you move up. So basically from a 170, you can, in the 170 class, you'd be able to run your stock class. You'd be able to run limited. You can run mod. There's a bunch of different things you can separate by age groups and all that. But there are caps. So as you move up and you get into the bigger cars, you kind of got to do it in an order, right? Mm-hmm. So you got your 800cc, and then you got your Youth 1K, and then guess what? You're wide open. Whatever you want to do once you get past that, whether you're running an amateur, expert, or even at the highest level of pro class, which is what all of these young drivers right here are aspiring to do. They want to get to that pro level one day. And right now they're on their way. So looks like Beeman with the fastest time on the track right now at 2:06. Charging, 3 more laps left out there. So Beeman, Fernell, and Hubler right now are going to be your top 3. We'll get these transponder readings. They come around. There you see the 3C of Beeman right there, that red car looking sharp. Clicking off some laps. As you see right there, the car's coming around, that aerial drone shot giving you a great view. Where you see the lighter dirt right there, those are going to be the primo lines. What's going to happen is they're going to push all this dirt out to the edge of the track. That fluff on that outside edge is not where you want to go. When you get in that stuff, you just spin, you lose a lot of traction and time and speed and power. So you'll see those lines where you see it shined up. That's where those drivers are going to try to stick it coming into those corners, and out of them they'll get the most drive for these cars, especially in these smaller cars. You know, they like to stay in that good stuff. They get out there in that fluff and it slows them down quite a bit. St. Peter moving up into the third spot right now in qualifying with a, looks like a 1:59. Singleton with the fastest lap time. There's St. Peter. And Lutz right behind her. Singleton, Team 360 driver, looking sharp. New wraps on all the Singleton's rigs. You know, they got all their fleet looking really good. So excited to see them out here.
Very impressive when they pulled in the other day.
Yeah, and this is a whole new thing for Kennedy too. Kennedy's putting down some laps right now, flying out there. So this is super cool to see this race going on. Great driving for Kennedy Singleton, Lutz, and St. Peter. Beeman still in that 4th spot. There's Furnell in the 5th position.
Now we got to keep in mind also that they're just racing for time right now. They're trying to lay down a fast lap time for the drawing order for staging for the main event. But like you said also, it's hard to explain that to these kids sometimes.
Yeah, it's the kids know one speed. It's wide open. We talked about that earlier. You know, they want to come out here and have a good time, but they literally want to push the pedal to the floor and run it as absolutely hard as possible. It's kind of the only way. There you see some bumping and grinding there in that white and red car. Can't really see who that is right now on the screen, but they are close. You see four drivers right here in your 800cc and under, all stacked up together, doing a little bit of dicing, coming through that MRT finish line.
Yeah, I got to give it to you, Matt, right now. It's how you can see the little the little font, man. Impressive.
You guys also pay attention if you're at home watching. You'll see scrolling across the top right of your screen. Those are our sponsors out here at the park. Big shout out to all of our park sponsors for helping us make it happen. We couldn't do it without you, so we are very grateful for you guys. We hope you're at home tuned in or wherever you are in your businesses today watching this live feed if you're not out here with us. So thank you to all those sponsors. Make sure and give them a follow. Support those that support us. And right now, Singleton, the fastest on the track. Lutz second. There's St. Peter in that third. 206.393 for Kennedy Singleton right there. A 206.159 for Lutz. There's a great shot going up that step up into the new section in the back of the track there. You see all that new dirt. Now they run straight across the top, go right down right there, and it's a straight shot into the tabletop there. You'll make a right-hander, and then you're back over here. One of the things that I love about this back section of the track is these Ultimax Spillway and the Ultimax tabletop right before that. Those are booters. You'll see that later on in the Pro Turbos and Pro NA and stuff like that. These guys will be going full send. There you see the Ultimax tabletop right there. And they are headed up into the Ultimax Spillway. There you see all the concrete. We used to race through the spillway. You used to go through that thing and go down. Now we've kind of brought it to the inside, made it a little bit safer. Actually a lot safer, I should say. But it's a lot of fun out here. This track is super cool. There you see some drivers bumping a little bit right here, coming around. That is the 11 coming through the MRT finish line. A move was made, a little bit of passing. Everything still looks good though. Big wet section right here. That'll dry up real fast as we go through this day today.
I've been watching that, and you can see
there's a 71. Look at that car right there, Scott.
There's water runoff to the kind of drains to the right side there.
Yep.
It follows all the way along the racetrack, but it has to cross someplace, and it actually crosses the racetrack and drains out.
That's exactly right. Last lap right now. So our lead wave is hitting their final lap right now, and it looks like Code St. Peter has jumped into the top spot, fastest time on the track right now. So we've got Code St. Peter, Kennedy Singleton, and Lutz in the top three. There's Beeman in fourth and Furnell in fifth. But check it out right now. You're following right on board with the Team 360 car, the 71 of Kennedy Singleton, looking sharp out there. And look at that right out in front, the 63 Code St. Peter. That's my man right there, the up, down, left, right cheat code.
He's always fun to watch, no matter what class he was in last year.
Yeah, I have a good time with them. They're a great family. Love having them out here racing. Look at that cool new section right there, a little creek jump. They got a little gap in the back there. If you haven't ever seen that, that's new. You'll come around, hit this big tabletop. So this is a fun section of the track right here, Scott. When me and Joey got to race last year.
I was going to ask about that, yeah.
This is the section where I jumped all the way over him. Just, went on by. No, not really. We had a good time. We got to race Marvin Vales, Marvin and Carson's race cars last year. But right now, coming around, this will be the checkered flag should be coming out as they make their way through that MRT finish line. And we'll see how it stacks up there at the end as we get these final transponder readings for your 800cc and under. It looks like Coach St. Peter is going to be your fastest driver on the track. From where we are seeing it right now, that's going to put Singleton in the second position. Lutz in the third position. There's Beeman in that fourth spot. Furnell in fifth. Hubler in sixth. We still got a couple of drivers out there to finish, so we'll get the official.
Isn't Singleton an ambassador? MAO
Singleton is an MAO, Mid-America Outdoors ambassador. They are great at what they do. They're an awesome family, and they represent the park to the fullest. They are Mid-America Outdoor ambassadors. We got several of them that'll be out here today. There we see our man Rhett Byrne. He's coming up charging right here, and it looks like Tom St. Peter right behind him making his way up the hill. But gosh, man, Code's got to be pumped on that. We knew he was going to run fast out here. Code leading the way. And then we've got Kennedy Singleton, Briley Lutz, Case Beeman, Allison Furnell. Those are your top five. Michael Greens, Sam Hubler, Kennedy Hartzell, and Tillman Ewing round out your top 9 right here. So, man, that was incredible. I told you Code was going to go fast. I told you.
Pam is down trackside with somebody to talk to right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what that's all about.
Pam, take it away.
Well, thanks a lot, Pam, and congratulations to that young driver as we get ready for our next race.
That's
Matt,
right.
who do we have next?
Well, looks like we're going to jump into one of my favorites of the day, the ladies. So women's NA coming up next. This is going to be race number 5 in your race order. 16 races today. We're moving right on along this morning, Scott.
So what constitutes the women's NA class?
Well, first off, you have to be a woman. Yep.
I knew you were going to go there right away. I teed it up for you.
Yep, you set me up on that one. And in this one, it's going to be jumping back into those NA cars. So non-turbos here. So this will be your women's NA. And then after that, guess what? We're going to have Youth Limited coming up next. But it looks like we got the starting grid about to pop up here for women's NA. So Leslie Yoshimoto, Josie Watkins, Brooklyn Singleton, Missy Barrett, Andy Chance, Crystal Routing, Camber Kirchmeyer, and Alyssa Graham. Super excited to see this one. Yoshimoto, battler. So is Watkins, Singleton, Missy, Barrett. Here we go.
Oh, and they are hauling up into turn 1.
They are. Don't ever underestimate the ladies out here at Mid-America Outdoors. They are fast. You're going to see some of these ladies running with the men, running in the pro classes, running in the expert classes. So right now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that looks like Watkins out in front. We'll get an actual reading. Yoshimoto, Watkins, Singleton, Barrett, Chance, Rowden, Kirchmeyer, Graham, all out there right now. All these ladies doing battle in your
we got a rollover right here.
Big rollover.
Just past the right-hander.
Yep, big rollover. Track crew getting out there right now. They're going to make sure everything's good to go. Hopefully that driver will be okay. Get that car flipped over and back on course. Every once in a while, Scott, we get this breeze of wind that comes in here.
It kind of
it's
shifts.
Cold. It's definitely cold. I think I just lost an ear.
Well, a decent gap between all our cars right now, probably about 10, 12 car lengths between first and second, about 15 between second and third on back.
There we go, on
Talk
board
about
with the
some speed,
drone.
Matt.
Yeah, so it looks like Yoshimoto, Watkins, and Singleton, 1, 2, and 3 on the track. We'll get some readings as a
Is that a new car for Yoshimoto?
new car. I believe it is a new car for Yoshimoto, and I know that Kennedy Singleton, or this is Blank. Well, I think we got the wrong name up there, but the Singleton car is definitely going to be new wrap also on that one. So everybody's showing up this year with new stuff. Everybody's stuff looks new, and everybody's stuff looks great. Everybody's put in a ton of work, tons of upgrades. So it's exciting to see that this year. But check that out right there. There you see that 237 making moves coming down top of the hill. There you see the flagger. There is a caution on the track right now. So you'll see that 237 slow down the speed as you're seeing right there on camera, doing exactly what these drivers were told to do in drivers' meetings. So that is an excellent job by the 237 to slow down. You can't advance position, you can't make up ground. So you see that second place driver also pacing that first place driver. And as soon as they're clear of that caution, you're going to hear the throttles. There they go. Wide open. Watkins, Kirchmeier, Yoshimoto, Singleton right there on the track going into that back rhythm section.
So I wonder where that water's coming from, because you hear about, like, if you remember the NASCAR race from a couple weeks ago, they were talking about seeping.
Yep.
And it's you can see standing water and actually flowing water along that back section, but then all of a sudden it stops, and it must almost like a spring come up right there, right inside the track, and there, 3-4 different spots I believe that they're trying to negotiate through.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely some spots out here like that. What a cool shot. You saw Watkins coming down the backside, lands rear wheel heavy. That car wheelied down the face of that landing right there. It was pretty sweet, but I just want to point out, Watkins is absolutely on the gas right there. There you're seeing the drone fly above Kirchmeier. You see Watkins out front. Josie Watkins is charging right now.
Yeah.
There's something to prove, and she's proving it. She's ready to come out here and do some racing for 23. So that 237 car is on the gas.
The way that car's handling it, I love watching how there's body roll.
Yep.
Front to back, side to side.
Yep.
If she gets on the gas, it just squats in the back and just grips. Goes into the corner, she nails the brakes, the nose dives down. So she's got traction for the front tires for the steering.
Yep. And if you're at home watching right now, one thing you'll see with Josie out here in front leading the way, like Scott was saying, she looks so smooth right now. When you're that smooth, the driving is so much fun because it becomes effortless. You've got your lines dialed, you know how to click them off, and right now, Josie is doing exactly that.
All right, we're going to have to, I could be speaking out of turn here, and I don't want to do that, but I do believe we're going to have could be an issue with our leader. Did not slow down through that yellow zone.
Really?
She did not slow down. Almost like she didn't see the first yellow flagger and just charged right through. And that flagger made a note of it.
Well, we definitely want to keep safety as top priority out here on the track. Side-by-side racing coming through that corner right there. That was a great shot in the back section. We'll see if we can catch that battle right there. It looks like Yoshimoto and Singleton, I believe. Can't see totally, but that's who it looks like. And that is a battle. This is what we like to see over that little creek gap there. Here they come. So that's actually Kirchmeier and Yoshimoto right now. So that looks like your second and third place battle. Look at that side by side coming into the spillway area. What a race right there. That actually looks like that Singleton and Yoshimoto that we see out there. That looks like a, not sure, can't see from there. But great racing, tight. Look, here we come, coming around right in front of the fan zone. This is what we talked about earlier. Tons of action right here. You see one car on the outside, going to try to set it up, dive inside right there, but you got to have the drive. There it is, look, making that move. That's exactly what I was talking about. Dove to the inside, made the pass on that white flag lap, and has now advanced into that third position on the track. That's definitely Singleton that has moved up. So awesome, awesome driving right there. But the race isn't over. Gonna have to defend it now. Uh-oh, getting a little wide right there. So Watkins, Kirchmeier, Singleton, Yoshimoto And it looks like the track is cleared, so I don't know if there was a caution or anything there that would have slowed them down. They look good
Not
to
on this
go.
last lap, no, but I'm going to stand corrected. The white flag came out for our leader, and I did not see a black flag, so I stand corrected in what took place. I knew there was an incident still on the course.
Yep. What a great shot right there going through that rhythm section in the back. There is that sweeper. Uh-oh. Looks like we may have a problem right here. Looks like the 17 of Singleton has slowed way down. Hopefully she's not having any car problems right there, but that is going to allow Yoshimoto to make a move, get back into that third spot. And it definitely looks like Singleton is having some issues with that car in the back section of the track back there. Not what they wanted to see. Definitely wanted that Team 360 car to still be on the gas, but still great driving. I'm sure they'll get that figured out, come back in the main, and be ready to go. Right now, Watkins, Kirchmeyer, Yoshimoto, Singleton, Graham, Barrett, Chance, and Rowden, your women's NA drivers making their way around. I'm sure checkered flag is coming out this time around for your leaders.
It's out. Cross the finish line.
There they go. We'll get some official results in here in a minute.
Just a few more cars out on course, as it looks like they're also at the same time clearing the track of the two incidences. It's not a good sight when the first race of the year you're watching your car being hauled off the track by a front end loader.
Yeah, occasionally that does happen. Like we said, most of these guys are super prepared. These cars will go back to the pits with whatever's broken. And, you know, last year we saw guys come out here that had cars that were completely totaled, and they would almost have these cars put back together and ready to race. You know, it's amazing the amount of work that they put into being out here.
So it sounds like Josie Watkins, has pulled off
Yeah.
the side of the track, but it's at the podium with
That's
Pam
right.
Hall right now. Pam?
It's a new wrap.
Oh, from my last race?
Hold on. Hey there, I am here with Josie Watkins. Amazing track out there. How do you feel about the new setup?
I really like the new setup. I really like how they took the Talladega out, especially after Colin Truett literally rolled down the whole side of it last year and broke his transmission in half.
So you're getting ready to race here again in just a little bit as well. Strategy in your head now that you've been out on track at race speed like that?
I feel like today's strategy is just going to be like keep your head in the game. It's the first race of the season. I mean, a lot of things can happen, and we're just starting the day.
Yes, in round one, it's been amazing out here already. But you're a seasoned driver. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but last year was my first full year in an RS1 running short course. I came from a woods background. I have 2 national championships in cross country, and this year's my second year, and so I decided to stay in my amateur class and my women's class, and so I hopefully get 2 more championships this year.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there today. It's going to be fun. The track looks like it's at pristine conditions right now. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, the track's wonderful. I mean, my Hoosier tires and my OMF wheels are working up fantastic.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there, and we're going to go right back up to the booth. Back to you, Matt and Scott.
Thanks a lot, Pam, and congratulations once again to our winner here in the women's NA. Let's take a step aside real quick for a few words from our sponsor. We'll be right back for more racing here at MAO.
No matter what, it's never an easy event, and it never will be, and that's what makes King of the Hammers King of the Hammers. Tire choice is everything. I mean, to have a tire that's reliable and consistent and drives well out in the desert, but yet when we get to these crazy rock sections, still has grip and performs, and we can hit these sharp, jagged edge rocks and not have a problem, is what we need. And the Rockzilla is definitely our second to none when it comes to the UTV tires. And it just speaks traction. It's got big lugs hanging off the side. It's got big lugs down the side of the sidewall of the tire. If you're gonna look for something that makes traction and is gonna grip in rocks and dirt and everything, you look at a Rockzilla and go, man, that thing looks like it's gonna do the job right there.
And we're back, everybody, getting ready for our next race. Matt, who do we have?
Well, if you're sitting at home right now and you're watching this, the first thing you're seeing on your screen is Old Glory flying at the top of the hill out here at Mid-America Outdoors. The next thing we're going to show you is the starting grid for all these 170s out there. So I'm super excited for this one. We are jumping into Youth Limited 9 to 12. We're going to get that starting grid up there for you. There it is. Avery Sides, Addison Calagrew, Declan Shields, Case Beeman, Slade Dowden, Mia Cotto, Kennedy Singleton, Anson Caraway, Maggie Flores, and Tucker Berza. Your 10, well, there's Carson Hill, Emily Fowler, Stefano Calagrew, and Camden Ledbetter. 14. We got a lot of these young drivers out here today. This is going to be that Youth Limited 9 to 12. I'm excited for this one.
Look at that site right there.
Yeah, look at that.
That's the future of this sport. How about that, huh?
Well, we are just about ready. There you see track official, our man TW right there. He's walking out there. He's going to get them ready, and that green flag is going to drop here just shortly. Getting the parents into their place. Looks like we had one that showed up a little late there, ran down there getting spot.
What's kind of neat about this, too, one of the things that I like about this class is the fact that in a lot of these cars, all you're able to see is like just the top of the helmet and the knuckles on the steering wheel.
That's right, and they're looking right now at TW, and TW's got that green flag waving. Here they come. Look at that shooting down the straightaway. One thing you're going to notice about this class right here, look at this car out in front.
These cars.
Absolutely
they just seem
on
so
the
much
gas.
faster
That
than last
sides
year.
right there, it looks like. Can't tell exactly who it is from here, but these 170 drivers, man, I love this. This is the most exciting class of the day for me.
This is what you're getting into real soon, man.
I'm watching these kids out here. They have no fear. They're wide open. And one big thing, look at this different track this year. You guys, if you were out here last year, these kids ran a little bit different of a track setup. We took the Talladega out. They never went up that.
Yeah.
They went to the bottom of it and hooked a left. Now they're getting a little bit more track this year. This is exciting, and I bet they're going to love this. So right now you've got your Youth Limited. They're out there running wide open. We're going to see who's going to be the fastest coming into the main event coming up here in just a bit.
And the second wave is now off as well. With looks like 7 cars out on the track.
Yeah, so we got 14 total, so we would have done 7 and 7 in those waves. So we'll get some transponder readings. There comes your leader. Man, that blue car, it looks like that's a progressive car I saw coming around there on the gas. Like absolutely flying right there.
He seems.
So that's Dowden that we see out in front. Dowden was putting in a heater, 118.397 lap time on that first one. These lap times are only going to get better. And so that's a heater, right? But that is looking sharp. So you got Dowden, Shields, and Sides. There's Beeman in that 4th position. Calagrew in that 5th spot. And then we're going to get the rest of these transponder readings as they come through here just shortly. But, man, absolute heater lap, 118.397 for Dowden leading the way right there. So killer drive so far. But I love how they've expanded this track this year for these kids, Scott. That is super cool to see.
Yeah, it's not, and the speeds that are getting, they look as fast as the modifieds from last year.
Listen, we've said this numerous times. If they would ever let us have a adult modified 170 class, I mean, that'd be fun.
We'd have to put kind of a weight limit on it, though.
I still believe that Dowden would beat me. So now you got Dowden, Berza, and Shields, your top 3 out there. Berza jumping in the mix, putting in a heater right there. That's a 120.781 for Berza. You got Shields with a 122.007. Your 1, 2, and 3, Dowden, Berza, and Shields on the track. 170. This is your Youth Limited, 9 to 12. Check them out right there. You see these cars. If you're at home watching, your kids want to get involved, bring them out here. We love to get these kids out here racing. Tons of stuff for the kids to do at Mid-America Outdoors, not just racing. There is tons of fun here. You know, one of my favorite things that'll be coming up later on this year is we are going to have the pool opened up and all the stuff that we're doing out here. So it's going to be an exciting time. This is a great place for you to bring the kids, do some racing, and just have a great weekend once a month out here with us. We got tons of stuff, tons of events going on. Make sure you follow Mid-America Outdoors on social media. Keep up with our event calendars. and be here for it all. Also, want to make sure we highlight, Scott, what's the new thing for this year that we're doing that's so big? Everybody's been talking about it.
Where do I start?
I mean, there's several, but, you know, there's one that we're really excited for. What? Speed? Speed Sport? That's it? Yeah. That's it. Scott, you want to tell us a little bit about this year with that?
Well, it's one of those situations where new things are being announced or new things are being worked on time and time again. Almost every other day there's a new announcement. Oh, we want to tell you, but it hasn't been finalized yet. But with the TV package, yes, I just said TV.
You did. TV.
Yeah. And as I understand it, there's going to be some live TV as well.
Yes, that is
Speed
correct,
Sport?
Scott.
Yeah.
Yep,
So-
coming in 2024, you're going to be able to watch this live
Live.
broadcast, all the cool stuff that we do up here with Speed Sport. It's a great partnership. We are super excited to bring that in. There's all kinds of new partnerships, new things happening, but Speed Sport is one that's really exciting because we're going to bring all the action to everybody at home.
Every racing discipline that is here at Mid-America Outdoors.
That's exactly right.
And all over, Ultra 4 Series, Ultra 4 USA, that tours, it's a national series. Speed Sports, they're going to be there covering all that. Speed Sports going to be here covering this entire series. And then on top of that, they're going to be covering, we're going to short course racing
That's
in
right.
Wheatland, Missouri.
Yep.
They're going to be there covering that.
Yep.
So Speed Sport is partnered with Mid-America Outdoors. And I said partnered. I didn't say they're going to be here covering it. They
Yep.
are partnered with Jason Robinette. And it's, I don't know who's got a bigger grin, Speed Sport or Jason. I don't know.
Well, I think most everybody here is going to have that same grin. You know, this opens up the door for a lot of these drivers that are out here, these kids, the future of our sport. By televising these events, we're just giving them more opportunities to give back to their sponsors, which is helping us in turn grow the sport. And that's what it's all about. So big shout out to Speed Sport. Checkered flag you see coming out right there. Dowden, no stranger to the front on the gas. There's Dowden in the lead, Shields, and then it looks like Berza will round out your top three. Actually, we're going to have a change in that. Looks like Sides will go into that third position. Maybe not. We'll see. Like I said, I'm not an official. I just read what I see. But good racing right there in your Youth Limited 9 to 12. Next, we're going to have the Youth Limited 6 to 8. So one thing I want to point out, when I say 9 to 12, I'm talking 9 to 12 years old. Now, I'm talking Youth Limited 6 to 8. So these are 6 to 8-year-old kids, Scott.
How old is Ryder?
My boy just turned 4, and he is ready to go. One thing we got to work on is breaking less stuff, right? So my kid is he's a pro at breaking things.
Yeah, and Dad's got to get a thicker wallet.
Yeah, I know. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
I just keep working and working and working, you know, but
Sell some more boats, will you?
hey, man, you know, I'm trying. But we're having a good time right now. That's going to – a few more drivers out there. You still see some battling going on. So a little bumping coming into the corner. I hear Mom and Dad yelling down here beside us. But
See,
the action is still going in. I'm telling you right now, based on what I'm hearing, that's got to be Carson, Hill, Caraway, Fowler, and Cotto. Well, it looks like it. So one more corner. They're going to come through this finish line right here. That is one of the coolest things to see. When you hear and see these moto moms and dads out here just cheering them on and yelling, it's so exciting. There you see checkered flag, Berza, Dowden, Shields. So our actual, the way it's stacked up at the end there, and we'll get some final results to see how they're actually going to be to actually go into their gate picks in the mains. But it looks like Tucker Berza out of Louisiana.
Well, Case Beeman has pulled off the side track in a very cool place.
That's right.
He's right next to Pam Hall. Well, it sounds like there may have been a little bit of an issue, but yeah, it's back to you and I as we get ready for our next race. Who's next?
Well, 6 to 8-year-old Youth Limited's coming up next. Behind that, We got youth stock. But you know what? I think what we're going to do real fast before we even jump into this youth limited 6 to 8, we're going to send it to a commercial here in just a second. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll see you guys here in just a moment.
What's up, y'all? Cody Miller here of Miller Brothers Racing. My brother and I have made the trip up here to Jay, Oklahoma from Texas, and I suppose we're here to just shake things up a little bit. There's a bunch of competition out here this year. We're pretty excited. Our Can-Ams are freshly rebuilt after the last 12-hour race, and luckily they're ready to go.
Yeah, you got to be aware of the fact that the cameras are going to be with Speed Sport in town.
Oh yeah.
The cameras are always going to be rolling. They're always going to be everywhere. So you got to watch what's going on. What's interesting is the Miller boys are incredibly fast.
Yeah, they are.
Where they go, they're endurance racers.
Yep.
They have been killing KOH now. I want to say for 3 straight years.
Yep.
They've been on the podium, and they've also gone up. They are so fast and so consistent. They've taken on the 4,400 cars.
And
bad
done
boys,
well.
And done very well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We were at KOH this year. We got to watch them actually get out there and perform. It's absolutely impressive to see Hunter and Cody do all the things they do. This year is going to be super cool. We've got
so
them up
fast.
here shaking it up, as he said. You got Kyle Cheney up here. You've got all these new guys. That's going to be coming up later. But I'm excited. You know, this Pro Turbo is going to be – man, it's going to be a good one. You know, every year I get up here and I joke and I laugh that I swear one of these seasons we're going to break this balcony that we stand on out here, jumping up and down during Pro Turbo, and I think it might be today. But right now we're getting ready for Youth Limited. We got Harper Willis, Paxton Shamblin, Luke Anderson, Easton Helms, Atlee Yoshimoto, Blaine Singleton, Alexander Walraven, and we are getting ready to go. And there we are down at the starting line. You see him, TW, walking down the line. He's going to throw that green flag here any second. And we are going to have this Youth Limited 6 to 8. Here they come right now, headed this way.
Now keep in mind, this is the youngest, the littlest drivers we have on track all weekend long.
That's right.
Or actually in our series for that matter.
That's right. So we got Willis, Shamblin, Anderson, Helms, Yoshimoto, Singleton, and Walraven all out on the track right now in your Youth Limited. 4 laps of action, and it is going to be just that. It looks like our leader is checking out in front right there.
Already probably about a 20 car length gap.
Yeah, wide
back to
open on the
second.
gas. You know, if it was me in that car right now, I'd be thinking, I got to go as fast as I can because it's cold. But these drivers right now, they're all suited up, fire suited up. They are ready to go.
Well,
Willis and Shamblin and Anderson. My buddy, Luke Anderson, super excited to be back, spend another year with him. He's always fun. I like coming to get and hang out. And some of these kids, you know, they make an effort to come and see me and Joey. Me and Joey last year, we we offered some incentives, $20 here and there to let some air out of tires and stuff. These kids are always good to make a little bit of extra money, so luckily me and Joey are not racing anything.
No bribery involved.
But, yeah, no bribery. But right there, you see that's a great shot headed through that MRT finish line. Looks like Helms is going to be leading the way with the fastest lap, a 1:25.524 right now on the track. And there you see Willis with a 1:34.4. And Shamblin, and rounding out your top 3 fastest drivers on the track in Youth Limited. 1:34.924 for Shamblin right now. So these drivers are all stacked up pretty close. Helms is actually on the gas. Helms is checked out. Helms is in another zip code out front, just on his way.
Right from the drop of the green flag.
Yep.
Yeah, complete straightaway and gone.
I'm going to actually try to find someone from Helms' crew, ask them if I can send them up to the pro shop, get me a snack real fast, bring it back, and jump back in.
And maintain the lead.
Yeah, I think he could probably do it. Tons of action. We thank everybody at home that's tuned in with us right now watching. This is round number 1 of your MAO short course season for 2023. We're getting started today, and we're moving through the race order right now. This is your Youth Limited, race number 7, 6 to 8-year-olds out there. Helms, Willis, and Shamblin putting on a show right now out on the track.
Track's holding up very, very well. I haven't seen any water on the track just yet. It's not like it's muddy and doesn't need water, but there's been no dust either. So the track's holding up very, very well. We still have 3 races to go, I believe, in the sportsman ranks.
Yep. So we've got Youth Limiteds out on the track right now, 6 to 8. We got Youth Stock, Youth 250 Modified, and then we're going to jump into that Vet NA class. That'll be your 10th race. And then right after that, guess what? We're going to have one of our highlight feature races of the day. That'll be Pro NA, race number 11. Excited to see that one. Some heavy hitters that'll be coming up in that Pro NA, as well as the Pro Turbo Kona Blair. Great shot right there. Running alongside the 111 machine. Car's looking nice and clean out front.
Tell you, the drone pilots have picked up right where they left off last year. Those guys are so skilled, so
they don't
good
miss,
at what
do
they
they?
do. Jeez.
They are really good at what they do.
I think we only had 2 drones up in trees last year.
Yeah.
All season long, which isn't bad. We've had a couple of windy days too, and they probably shouldn't have been flying, but they did anyways.
Well, it's pretty amazing. These guys add a crucial element to this live feed for everybody at home with these drones, because this track, like we said, is 2.2 miles long. So there is a lot of area to cover to bring everybody this great footage at home. So big shout out to our drone guys, our production team, everybody that is making it happen for y'all at home right now. So this is the only place to be if you're sitting at home. We thank you for tuning in. There you see everybody in the spectator area. That's a perfect viewing spot for this place. You can see just about the whole entire track from down there. So that's where everybody will come and hang out.
Nice windbreak.
White flag is out. White flag is out. So Helms, there's Anderson moving into that second position. It looks like, well, Anderson might be, let's see, fastest lap. So 1:35.995. There's Luke Anderson with a 1:35 jumping in the mix too. So second spot there for Luke. There's Willis in that third position with a 1:35.273. Youth Limited action. This is so cool, man. This is the future of our sport. You know, we talk about this all the time. We always say when you see these kids around the pits, give them a pat on the back, give them some words of encouragement, some advice. You know, make sure they're having the best time they can. This is the future of our sport.
Oh, they're beating on each other.
What are
on the
we going to do,
racetrack.
Scott, if we don't have more kids like this coming up? Are you any good at announcing cornhole? Well, I don't me neither.
Hey,
So
cornhole on ESPN too?
the Ocho. But, yeah, well, yeah, you know.
Yeah, how do you announce a spelling bee?
I can't even hardly spell, Scott. No, I'm just kidding.
How do you spell AOE?
I think you just did it. How do you spell MAO? Well, right now, Youth Limited, Helms, Anderson, Willis, no change. This is going to be the checkered flag as they come around right here. So as you can see right there, you see on board right there with the 86, Great shot coming by that race line arch right there. One last corner. They'll take that checkered flag right here. Look at the inside move. Little bumping. Uh-oh, we got two